All right, let's hop into some examples. I think one that's probably very applicable to most B2B companies is the way that you guys are running your sales process. So let's talk about tools you're using, how you've built this, and if you could actually walk through tactically how this works. Because I want a founder to come away with this saying, hey, I can do this, and this is how I would do it. So if we want to start there, I think that'd be great, Ben.
Yeah, absolutely. One, we have even at the top of our funnel, an entire lovable built app for prospecting. So say we're going to a conference like RSA, we can drop in the link to the exhibit hall. It's going to pull out every booth. It's going to look at who's an active customer, who's in an active deal cycle, run research on every other booth and tell us who is a prospect worth going to, and tell us, basically create like a micro app on who we should spend time on from an RSA standpoint. So as our sales team's going out to market, we're able to instantly prospect the market and know not just who to talk to, but also what to say when we get them on the line. And this has helped us from a ramp standpoint with new reps compress what used to take months into like literal days where people could be productive on day one. And also we can know that we're talking to the right people. And this we built in Lovable on top of a number of Claude tools and integrating with like ZoomInfo and HubSpot and other things that we have.
In that scenario, Ben, are you paying for all those different tools? Like, how does that work from a dollar standpoint?
Sometimes yes. Like for instance, to enrich contacts with ZoomInfo, you have to pay for the ZoomInfo API. There are probably some other ones out there now that also do contact enrichment, but we found that to be the most accurate contact info. A lot of it is just free web research and just doing research on companies online. But there are some other like data enrichment tools that we pay for. But those tools we probably would have bought in either scenario, even pre-AI. But with AI, they're just like infinitely more valuable because we're using them in a much more targeted and focused manner.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, it's a great example. I mean, we even talk about this. If you're going to a trade show, you're already spending all this money on a ticket. You want to make sure that your time is well spent there. So being able to prospect and know essentially what they score, hey, here's who we need to get to. And I'm assuming then you do some sort of direct outreach to those individuals.
Yep.
Hey, this is who we are. This is what we do. Would love to spend some time at RSA. RSA, big cybersecurity conference. If you guys aren't aware of that, Iris focuses on cybersecurity companies. One of their ICP is cyber companies. So being able to mine that data, being able to use it really in a prolific way to ensure time is well spent.
Yeah. I mean, it's to your point, like you're already going to the conference. You might, if you have time on the flight, look at everyone who's going to be there and decide who you want to spend time with. But now, before we even show up, we know exactly who we want to get in front of. We have cold messaging draft to all of them, inviting them to our events, telling them we're going to be there, telling them we're going to be in town. And so now, from an opportunity cost standpoint, conferences used to be like a big detraction from outreach we'd otherwise be doing. And now it's just totally additive on top of all of that.
Yeah, I love it.
And then the next big part of the sales process for us is POCs and people actually testing Iris out. And what we've been able to do is create what we call a compound skill in Claude. So that say I'm having a POC with a cybersecurity company like High Trust. Our Claude skill will automatically pull all of the knowledge we can find online about High Trust and create, like scrape their docs, their case studies, the knowledge base we need in Iris. It will then create a fake RFP aligned with what High Trust does and actually create their POC instance. And so on my first call with any prospect now, we start by showing them a fully built out instance of our software with all of their information in it, a sample RFP, what it looks like when Iris responds. And it costs us almost no time to get that done, very little from a usage standpoint. And that has compressed our sales cycles considerably because it used to be like first call, you show them a generic demo. If they like it, maybe then they do a trial and then they bring more people in. And now we have people who are like in their first 30-minute call are getting their hands on Iris and just wanting to move forward to a contract. And so you think about what you can use AI for, even in helping demonstrate your software and making it personalized for them, and it's compressed everything. And then the next big step and phase in our skills are some of the follow-up materials we want to send. And so I'll walk you through a skill that we built that's particularly on sending sales decks and follow-up materials. And what we did was we combined a HubSpot integration with Claude with a Zoom integration that actually didn't exist, but Claude built itself for this skill with then our sales process. So we fed it our sales stages, entrance and exit criteria. And when I come in here and I say, hey, use this skill, listen to our meeting with Cloudforce where they tried our product and create an ROI deck. And you can see the reasoning that happens here. It starts by reading the relevant skills. In parallel, it reads the transcripts. It pulls context from HubSpot. It pulls transcripts from our meetings together. In parallel, it does web research to learn about Cloudforce and what's going on with them. Not only does it build a deck, it actually feeds itself a PDF of the deck to look at each slide and make sure there's no like overlapping text or text running off the screen and QAs it. It then brings back this entire presentation built that is so bespoke to the prospect, where it's pulling out quotes that they brought up on the call. It's pulling out specific pain points and wins that they brought about. It's calling out exactly who tried it out on our call, an implementation roadmap. And originally the prospect had said, hey, can you send me your generic case study so I can show my CFO why we need the price? And instead I sent them this, and it compressed 2 weeks on the deal cycle. One, because it showed them that we were super bought into them, and two, because it like actually told the story through their lens. And it also goes and generates a 2-minute audio podcast version of this proposal as well. So we send the prospect PDF version of the deck. We send them an audio version of the proposal. They can listen to it. They can flip through it, whatever they need. And this has helped tremendously compress the mid stage of our deal cycles.